Hello, everyone. My name is Alicia Gaines, Regional Vice President here with our company. And a little bit about myself. I got started with this company simply because I was in need of the services for myself almost 4 years ago. Had a credit score of 512, didn't know anything about credit, was never educated about credit. Although, I went to college and I earned my nursing degree, and I also achieved a master's degree in nursing with a focus in healthcare administration and worked in healthcare for 20 years, but none of that ever educated me about credit. And so I'm glad that I got started because I realized that the worst thing that could happen was that I would lose my bad credit. And lo and behold, within 3 months, my own credit score increased by 230 points simply by leveraging the system in place and allowing the company to go to work on my behalf. And having bad credit is no longer an issue or a concern for me. Now I can leverage my credit to do what I need to generate wealth and provide a sustainable level of living for myself and my family. So this is exactly the company that did it all for me and that can help a lot of other people. Most of the time people are looking to improve their credit. It's simply because they're looking to pursue home ownership or get a car financed with a low interest rate, or you never know what the future holds, right? And so you just want to get yourself in position so you can be better prepared. So welcome to the protection plan overview. Glad that you decided to spend this time with us. So the current U.S. financial statistics are as such. Credit scores range from 300 to 850. The national average credit score is about 700, according to CNBC.com. And a quarter of all people don't even know how their credit scores are determined. So I know I'm not the only one who wasn't educated about credit. And 10% of Americans are indeed credit invisible. And oftentimes that's our young adult population who have not yet had an opportunity to build credit, right? So we do know about finances is that our formal education did not teach us about personal finances, ownership, financial freedom, or success. I mean, I never gained that kind of education in high school, undergrad, or grad school. So welcome to United Credit Education Services. So we're going to teach you all about our company and all of the services included in the UCES Protection Plan membership package, but a little bit of our track record. For over 15 years, United Credit Education Services, which is a 501c3 organization, has been helping American consumers get back on track to financial stability. Our service has successfully helped to remove inaccurate, erroneous, and obsolete information from our clients' credit profiles, helping families reach their financial goals. So the protection plan membership provided by UCES is one that focuses on protecting your credit, your family, your finances, and your future. Now, all of these services are included in the protection plan membership package, and we're going to review them one by one. Up first, credit restoration services are provided from the nonprofit organization. So our credit education services can assist you in communicating with the credit bureaus to remove inaccurate, obsolete, and erroneous items from your credit reports. So you can restore your score and maximize your financial opportunities just like I did. All negative items on all 3 credit bureaus will be disputed for you by way of leveraging the Fair Credit Reporting Act. And we're going to talk about that act in just a little bit here, but this is how your credit score is calculated. And I think that even if we would have received this bit of information in high school, then we would have been a lot better off as adults today. But here we go. Here's the information. Better late than never, right? So your payment history is valued at 35% overall on your credit reports. So one thing that your mother probably taught you, just like mine did, was simply pay your bills on time, right? So yeah, you want to make sure you do that. It amounts for 35% of your overall score. And you don't want to have any delinquencies when you're going through this program because it's going against the grain of what we're trying to help you accomplish. The next component is the capacity and amount owed, better known to many as credit utilization, valued at 30% of your overall score. It's the percentage of your credit limits that you have available. So you want to keep those balances paid down. Some lenders will tell you less than 30% utilization, but if you really want to be disciplined in that particular component, pay them down to 9% utilization or less. And if you don't have a credit card, then you're leaving 30% of your credit score on the table. The third component is the length of credit, valued at 15% of your overall score. How long have you had your accounts? How long have you had your credit? Old credit is good credit. The fourth component is new credit, valued at 10% of your overall score. Those number of inquiries we're talking about here. The new accounts that you have either tried to open or have actually opened in the last 12 to 18 months. 1 to 2 inquiries per year is good. 3 to 4 is okay, but after you reach 4, you want to put up the stop sign and don't apply for any new credit for the rest of the year, because you never want to come across as desperate to lenders. When you have too many inquiries, you will come across as desperate to lenders. So slow down. And the last component is the types of credit used, better known as your account mix. It's valued at 10% of your overall score, and this accounts for your installment loans and your revolving accounts. Installment loans are things like your car note, your mortgage, your student loans. Revolving accounts are your credit cards. So you should know that the credit reporting agencies are not government entities at all. See, I thought they were. When I heard the word credit bureau, I thought they were government entities. But they're not. They're simply companies that are in the business of making money off of your data. And each credit reporting agency operates independently, and they have the option, your creditors have the option to report to 1, 2, or all 3 of the agencies, but they're not obligated to share information with all of them at all. So you look at your credit scores, and it looks like all of them are different, right? But that's simply because your creditors might only be reporting, as mentioned, to 1 of the bureaus or maybe only 2. But yeah, so that's why they look different across the board. So you have the right to review and dispute items on your credit reports. You have the right, according to the Fair Credit Reporting Act, which was enacted by Congress in 1971, as a matter of fact, that gives all Americans the right to dispute and or investigate any items on your credit reports that are inaccurate, erroneous, and obsolete. And these items can include things like late payments, charge-offs, foreclosures, bankruptcies, tax liens, collections. I had 38 items in collections. How about medical bills and short sales? What about repossessions? I had a repossession on my credit report. So it doesn't matter how big or bad the item might appear to be to you. It is not too big and bad for the Fair Credit Reporting Act, and it's not too big and bad for United Credit Education Services. So you'll be able to monitor your progress with the help of our customer portal 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and this is what it's going to look like. It's a very easy to understand and navigate dashboard for you, so you can access what you need and receive updates real time. You'll be reminded of your credit score as a starting score here, right here, and this score right here will never change because it'll serve as a reminder of where you started from. Kind of like started from the bottom, now we're here, okay? And then you'll see that pie chart calculation. You'll be able to understand which range you fall in from poor to excellent credit as you progress and promote throughout the program. You'll have access to customer support as well, Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Another service included in the Protection Plan membership is the budgeting tool. The budget becomes your financial blueprint for your financial success, and it'll help you make the necessary changes to come in under budget, giving you more money to enjoy, to save, and pay off your debts. So if you're that person who was like me, who was literally eating their money and not realizing it, the budgeting tool can help you too. You also have access to the Credit Builder, which is a way for you to understand and provide you with an extensive financial library and resource center. We have to educate you thoroughly about credit. Applied knowledge is indeed powerful, right? And so this is going to help you increase your financial potential as we help you get your credit rebuilt. The credit attorney is also included in the Protection Plan membership package. Our attorneys will evaluate your case for difficult to remove inaccurate items on your credit reports, and if legitimate, they will sue the agency to clean up your report, in which case you may be entitled to compensation. So it's pretty mind-easing to know that you have a defense team on your side when it comes to your credit. Credit monitoring is included, of course, because you are going to be alerted real time as changes occur to your credit reports and credit scores You'll be able to have these alerts sent straight to your phone. The debt payoff system. Oh my, this is where you can create a financial plan that will give you a payment guide on how to eliminate your debt quicker than you expected, saving you from unnecessary interest payments. So this is how it works. You plug in all your debts, and it's going to give you a debt payoff plan according to the interest rates and the balances owed. And you already know that as you cut into that interest, you're going to start saving yourself money as you pay off those debts. The financial lockbox is a roadmap to your financial contacts and information in one central online location. It's like a virtual password protected online safety deposit box. You know, I remember growing up, my mother used to keep important documents underneath her mattress. How about your mother or grandmother? Okay, so yeah, so we used to do that. But this is a place where you can store those important documents, and they can be retrieved in the event of an emergency. And you can even authorize someone to have access to this information on your behalf if ever needed for an emergency purpose. And it's great safe keeping. So maybe you want to store a copy of your birth certificate, a copy of an insurance policy, so on and so forth. Identity monitoring is also included. Listen, identity theft and cybercrime is the fastest growing crimes in the US right now. As a matter of fact, every 2 seconds, someone's identity is stolen. And so InfoArmor leads the identity protection industry with Privacy Armor, a proactive monitoring service that alerts you at the first sign of fraud and assists in restoring your identity. They have agreed to insure our clients up to $1 million against identity theft. And although your credit score might be low right now, listen, you might not become a target, but as your scores start to improve, you will. So you want to have this in place. You want to make sure you activate that when you become a member. The net worth calculator is also included. Calculate your net worth by simply tracking your assets and your liabilities. You plug all that information in, and you might like what you see. You might feel that you're worth a couple nickels, but you might be surprised and realize you're worth a lot more. But you got to plug in the information so you can see where you stand. And if you don't like what you see, you can feel empowered to do something about it. The savings goals are also included because this becomes an area of discipline. We all need room for improvement. We all need to encourage one another. And with this calculator for the savings goals, it's going to help you figure out, you know, where you can save, how often you can save according to your own financial scenario. The will, trust, and healthcare power of attorney. Listen, it's valued at $5,000 by itself alone. So you can complete this document in the comfort of your own home. And it's important to have in the event of an emergency and you should ever become incapacitated to make decisions by yourself. You have to designate someone to make those decisions for you. And you want to make sure it's the right person making those decisions on your behalf, especially when it comes to your healthcare, your finances, and even your minor children if you have any. This is a serious matter. Take advantage of this. It's included in your package. The YFL Family Mint, not only are we infiltrating schools across America, but we're also infiltrating households, bringing the power of financial literacy to children in your own home. You'll be able to share this valuable information. So to get started with the Protection Plan membership, it's $188 as an investment in yourself and your future. This includes your enrollment and your first month's fees. And then there's an $89 monthly subscription fee thereafter with no contract whatsoever. In the Youth Financial Literacy Foundation, or the YFL for short, you have to visit this website at yflfoundation.org and read more information about this particular foundation. You know, we educate young children from the ages of 8 to 18 on the matters of personal finance once again, and we go into schools across the U.S. $2 from every protection plan payment supports these educational programs and scholarships. And we award hundreds of $1,000s in scholarships each year. Think about how quickly those $2 payments are adding up across the U.S. Look at that. 2016, we awarded $100,000. In 2017, we awarded $170,000. 2018, we awarded $250,000. 2019, we awarded $350,000. And in 2020, we are awarding $400,000 to some very well-deserving high school seniors and college freshmen. Make sure you take the time to actually enroll. So who are the people who have gone through our services? Here they are. Here's some of the people who were brave enough and courageous enough and honored enough to share their own testimonies. Ms. Toy Jones out of Conyers, Georgia, stated that she was in corporate America for 8 years and was let go from her job. Like most people living paycheck to paycheck with no money saved and bad credit, in a short amount of time, her bankruptcy and judgment was deleted and it changed her life. And as a single mother of two, she was able to purchase her first home and now living life on her own terms. So she's grateful. She thanks UCES for their services. She states she's back on track and living her best life. Ms. Toy Jones. Mr. Marlon Hester out of Chicago, Illinois, stated that he was with another company for 2 years who attempted to help him increase his credit score, and he only ended up increasing debt with them. He took advantage of the protection plan and his score increased by 269 points and was able to purchase a new car at a low interest rate and feels his family is truly on track and stress-free. You become stress-free when your finances are in order, I tell you. Sabrina Leu out of Tacoma, Washington, she stated that she struggled with her credit score for so long and never knew where to start. And one day she was scrolling through Instagram and came across a woman promoting credit restoration, low monthly costs. She was skeptical at first, I was too, because it all seemed too good to be true and because she was a complete stranger. She had nothing to lose, so she made the call late in the evening, spoke to her, and became a protection plan member in November of 2016. In a short period of time, several negative accounts were deleted and her credit score increased by an amazing 106 points, and she too was able to purchase her very first home. Mr. T. Anthony Money out of Atlanta, Georgia, he said the end of 2014 to 2016, he was broke, homeless, hopeless, and lost everything except his dignity and faith. Now that's big. He knew it was time for him to take action. He was introduced to UCES services in 2016, which was the beginning of changing his life. Using the services, literally changed his life. His credit score is an excellent, to say at the least, and his affairs are now in order and he's on the right track. So a quick recap: to become a customer, your investment in yourself, your family, your future, $188. So simply ask the agent who invited you to look at this information today so you can get enrolled and get well on your way and start to generate a testimony of your own. Now, if you're interested, you still have questions, make sure you get with that agent as well because they thought enough of you to invite you here today. So give them that same honor and allowing them an opportunity to answer any additional questions you might have because you have to believe that you are worth it and the change starts with you today. Thank you for watching. This ends our services presentation.